Well, welcome back my gardening friends. It's Saturday the 8th of June and you wouldn't think it with the weather. You may not be able to see the label, but this is my Leeks, the stocky F1. They were the free seeds, trial seeds if you want to call it that, from DT Brown. There were 30 seeds to a packet, so I've tried counting them, but I'll get confused. I'll get confused very easily. But anyway, they're now as thick as a pencil, and I'm desperate to get them out because I'm so busy at work. And when I do get a day off, it rains all day. So I'm going to show you how I get all these out of this compost, including the roots, without too much damage. So we have a lovely root system, but trying to break these out does damage them. So what I do, and like many others, just pop them into a tub of water and just slowly but surely embark them. We're at nearly middle of June and that water's absolutely freezing. Some people have even had the heating on, and poor old Ryan, a little dirt never hurt, he's had snow. He's had snow on, I think it was the 5th of June, so pay him a visit and go and see what snow he has actually had. He's trying to harden plants off, and the snow damages them. Right, my hands are absolutely freezing cold, wet and dirty. I'll just have a little play with these now and let my hands warm up a little bit. They ain't much warmer, but I've got as much of the soil as I can, and realistically I'm still having trouble. But just tease them out nice and gently. Some people cut the roots off anyway, but as long as we get the decent amount, some people cut them off and cut the tops off. I don't necessarily do that. So I'm going to separate these and we'll see how many we've got. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, that one being the smallest, but I just noticed that one looks like it's just rotted off. That's what my concerns were, especially all this rain that we've had. And this is the only bit of root that I've lost. Everything else is all attached. Might trim that one up, then again I might not. It's the biggest one. So let's get these into some holes. Now I'm really struggling to find room for the Leeks. Last year I put them in containers because of the onion leaf miner, and we got it anyway. Didn't matter what I did, we got the onion leaf miner. So I'm just going to put these in amongst the salad bed, and we'll see what happens with them. So this is an old, very old, as you probably appreciate, with the handle, either a spade or a fork. The end's broken off, but it makes for an ideal dibber. So I'll just go and get a leek. I'll get it put into the hole. Just need to make sure all the roots are in there. Bit of a twist. Drop it in the bottom. It's going in really deep. And then I think most people know we just top the hole up with water, and eventually all the soil from the outside will drop in. But hopefully it won't go between the leaves. But at the end of the day, I might end up having to cut these off if we get the onion leaf miner. So I'll get another one done. That water might help, just washing those in. Ground's so wet at the moment. It probably doesn't even need water, but by washing that little bit of soil in, it just covers the roots, and then they establish themselves, and they'll soon perk up. Hopefully we'll get a crop of leeks without the onion leaf miner this year. But anybody who does have problems with the onion allium leaf miner grub, there's a few videos in my playlist to show you exactly what to look for. Well, that's a good job done. It has been very wet these last couple of days while this last storm's crossed the UK. But I'm pleased that those are in there. And that drop of rain certainly brought the lettuce on. It also made lots of things go to seed. And of course, the weeds are growing as well. All the pak choi went to seed, so I'll stake that one. We'll keep that for seed. I've actually got spring onions. That first lot of radish, that started to go to seed, so I thought, yeah, let's let it go to seed. This is my giant beetroot from Malvern, the Giant Vegetable Show. That's going to seed nicely, and I've managed to keep on top of most of the beet leaf beetle. Just keep crushing the leaves. If you look closely there's the two maggots dispatched. Take that one off, take that home. Oh, it's been hard work with this. It isn't so bad with oh, come on, Swiss chard. You can keep taking the leaves off and then they'll just come back like that one. Let's go into the polytunnel and we'll look at the grapevine. There's 190 bunches there, been taken off, and I've had a rough count now. I've still got about 95 on. Selected the best bunches. It's difficult for me to see what you can see. Obviously I'll see it when I play it back. That's a rough count, and I've selected some that haven't got lots and lots of grapes on, so that they don't bunch up, because these do really swell up a lot. And no, you can't see that, I don't think. I'm not able to just see through the shadow how bulky that one is. And all the pods off the flowers are just dropping off nicely. Carrots, yes, they're that tall. Now remember, we'd got something eating some of my carrots, so we put the eggshells on, and I found a big green caterpillar. So it didn't matter how many defences I'd have put on. Obviously a butterfly of some description. Oh, it's come out of the ground. It looked fresh. It looked like it was having a good gorge. And yes, so that's what was eating the carrot. So that's something else for me to look out for. Not necessarily look for slugs on the ground, but the caterpillar halfway up. I'll just show you what he left. Difficult to tell, but that's a good one. And then this is the one. You can see that shoot's gone there, and it'll be okay. But I found the caterpillar on the other side, and realistically, because I wasn't looking on the leaves, I was looking on the ground. I just suddenly saw something, a big fat green, well camouflaged, but I don't like to touch the leaves too much, just in case the carrot flies about and you can smell what I'm doing. But struggled with that piece there to get anything to germinate. Now I've got the strings up. Now, in a previous video you'll have seen the black netting that I used to have in here, but trouble is, when the tomatoes came up, they'd actually go through the plastic netting, go behind, you couldn't get them. So I'm going to use the string method now, as and when they come up. And we've got a few peppers now coming on, and these will be picked as soon as I feel that they are viable. Just a little bit of mildew on that leaf there. I just keep giving it a rub, and I get a milk solution on that. Cucumbers, and Phil's Bloody Butcher doing well. Really pleased I've had those seeds. And my only surviving giant onion that's inside. Everything's perking up nicely, and these are some of the peppers that Jazz sent me. Heirloom varieties are they? So I'm doing my little bit by keeping those going. Now, Carl sent me one of these little floats for his rainwater guttering watering systems, where you attach this end cap to a length of guttering, feed it off one of these maybe, and I've decided to go for that one because it's deeper, so we should get more water in there. You've seen this guttering in the past. These are the ends, and I've got a few good lengths of this that we had from my builder friend, and all I've bought is these two connections, and that's cost me £5. Now remember, off the back of the truck find, not the skip find, the truck find, we had this pipe work, and I took a sample down to the heating place, and I said, oh, I just want something to fit to that, and that's actually the quick release to fit that. So I'm really pleased I picked that up now, because that'll just snap fit into that connector there. Something I'm going to be looking at over the winter. So thank you to Carl at Nitrogen Fix and No Dig. Pop and pay his channel a visit if you wish. Carrot in a bottle. Don't know what to expect out of that. That's a sweet candle carrot, a transplant. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time. Ta-ra for now. Naughty blackbird. And I found the spud that everybody told me that missed the tray in the Valentine's Day potato reveal, which was hashtag use scrub up alright. Gone green, never mind. Ta-ra.